Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Today is Monday, February 17. I hope you and your family are well. Hello, Michael. Good to see you. I hope you are well. Did you have a good rest over the weekend?
I certainly did. It's a lot of snowstorm, Julie. It's a
Yeah,
lot of snow. So we've pretty much been snowed in. But other than that, yeah, pretty
good
good weekend.
rest. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
good. It was a busy weekend for me. Lots
Mhm.
of work, but I'm here. I'm excited to come have a conversation with you today. And today's topic is I find it difficult, right? I really, I do. I really find it difficult because I'm working on it every single day, every moment. Um, being as a mom, you have so many tasks to focus on. You're multitasking all the time. It's very hard to stay laser focused on certain things. And so the reason why we picked this topic, Michael, it's just because I feel like I want to talk it out, you know? I don't mind talking about things that I'm facing, things that's difficult, right? And so staying laser focused is very difficult for me. And so let's talk about it, Michael. Let's chat.
Sure, sure. It's difficult, I think, for a lot of people. Doesn't matter whether you're in school, whether in the workplace, right? Whether it's sports, it's difficult, right? Case in point, have someone at the free throw line, and you have all these fans, and they're all trying to distract them and stuff like that. And for some people, it actually worked, whereby they missed a shot because of all the distraction that's in front of them, right? And whereas others, they don't even see the people. I mean, they're so focused on getting that ball in, they don't even see that. You know what I mean? And so it's difficult. Peer pressure, right? You have people all around you, and they try to distract you. Again, for some people, it's not a problem. They don't give in to peer pressure, whereas others, they will. They have people who jump on bandwagons and stuff. So it's a difficult topic. It's a difficult thing to do, but it's something that we're all faced with throughout life, right? It is a part of life. You got the focus part of it, and then you have the laser focus part of it. And people who are champions, they're pretty much laser focused in the task at hand,
Mhm.
right? It doesn't mean they can't multitask, Julie, because clearly, as you said, especially as a mom, mothers are very good at multitasking compared to fathers, right? So I think that's a given, and it's been proven. Again, not everybody, but in general, right? In general, that's usually the case, right? And so, yeah, it's a difficult thing to do, but you do it anyways. Not because it's difficult, don't mean you don't do it, but it's always about the task at hand. What are you doing right now, right? And so, what are you doing right now, and how are you focused on what you're doing right now? So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let's keep going. Let's see what
Yeah,
you got, Julie.
keep going. I got a story to tell you. I'm a cheerleader for my daughter who plays volleyball, right, at tournament. And I love cheering for her. I love screaming for her. And so there's one time, you know how volleyball, when you try to hit the ball over when you do a serve, right?
Mhm.
I was sitting right behind her. I said, "Yeah, go, baby, go." Say, she turned around, saying, "Mom, stop it! I need to concentrate. I need to see focus." Right? It's dawned on me that my daughter has this level of focus when she wanted to do something, when she focused on something, she goes with it, right? In volleyball and at work and all of that stuff. That train of thought when you are that mental, have that mental focus. And so she turned around, she's like, "Mom," and then after the game, obviously, when we got home, say, "Mom, every time when I do that, you're distracting me. So stop." stop cheering
Mhm.
because I want to be able not only make the serve over the net, but I want to get where it's land,
Mhm.
right? So that is one thing that I believe, that when we are staying focused, or when someone's staying focused on something, they clearly know their goal. They clearly want to achieve certain result, certain, certain task, complete certain task. And so for me, I have to ask myself a lot of time, if I want to get this done, am I staying focused on it? Is that my why? So my why, and my why, as in my reason to do it, has to be aligned with the efforts that I'm putting out. And in preparing for this conversation, it's actually not really preparing for it. Mentally think about, okay, what am I going to bring on the table to discuss on this topic? I find that knowing your why, knowing the reason why you do it and what you want to achieve, really clearly help me to stay focused on certain tasks or certain things. And that's why I stay up until 3:30 last night. Try to stay focused on something that I can't talk about it yet, but trying to stay focused on that task. Before I couldn't sleep last night because my mind was focusing on the goal I want to achieve.
Mhm.
I haven't achieved that goal, but everything that I believe, from after discussing with you on this topic, I will go back and stay focused on that task, that little task that I want to get done. And to me, yeah, that's a reason why we want to stay focused. Why do we want to do it? And how and what do we want to achieve? Right? So that's the first thought that came to my mind, Michael. Whether or not it's a long-term goal or a short-term, we got to know why we're doing it.
Absolutely, and being laser focused doesn't mean perfection, Julie. It doesn't mean perfection,
Mhm.
right? Sometimes you just need to get in the game. Sometimes you just need to get going, right? And as you get going, things start to open up for you, right? And then your path may become clearer, right? But you have to start on that journey, though, right? Sometimes you don't know what lies ahead, right? So if I'm leaving and I'm traveling to uh, I don't know, Windsor or something, right? Windsor, Ontario, Canada, right? And I'm traveling. Sometimes you just don't know what's ahead of you. You don't know, like I mentioned about the snowstorm, right? Sometimes you're driving and wow, this is a great day, and then next thing you know, you encounter snow that you weren't expecting because you didn't check the weather, right? You know what I mean? But you get on the journey though, you get going, and then you make adjustments as you go, Julie. Right? You don't start out because it's going to be perfect from here all the way to Windsor. No, right? You get going, right? And whatever adjustments you have to make, you're still going to get to your goal. You're still going to get to your destination because ultimately it's about that. When you talk about your why, ultimately it's about I need to get to that destination. Okay, and so, I will make the necessary adjustments along the way that's going to keep me focused on the desired goal, right? That's where the focus lies, Julie, right? That's where the laser focus comes in. It's not so much the journey itself, but it's the destination. This is where I want to be. This is where I'm trying to get, right? This is the goal that I have for myself and my family, right? And so therefore I start out on that journey. I start along the way, okay? And whatever adjustments needs to be made, we make the adjustments and we get there, right? Because that's the bottom line. We have to get there, right? And sometimes we can start just a little at a time, right? Doesn't have to be started with a big bang. Sometimes you can just start just taking baby steps. You know what I mean? Just like a baby, right? Okay, they crawl, right? Then they try to walk, right? And then they run. You know what I mean? They don't just come out and running, right? No, but it's a journey in itself, right? And it's the same thing goes for business. The same thing goes for in our personal lives. Life itself is a journey, right? But as long as you stay on that path and you have that goal in mind in front of you, then you will get there and you will accomplish it, right? And then when you get there, now it's like, wow, okay, now you can have a different goal in mind, right? But yeah, we have to I think, keep your goal, keep your vision, keep your mission, keep all that stuff in front of you, knowing what it is that you're really trying to achieve, right? What is it ultimately? Why did you join this business? Why did you join that business? Why did you join that activity? Right? Okay, like we know you're playing. What is it? Right?
Well,
Yeah, right. So, right. Okay, that's something that you enjoy. You know what I mean? But there's a reason why you decided to do it. You know what I mean? So there's always a reason why we're doing what we're doing. Okay. And as long as we can stay focused and be true to ourselves where that is concerned, then you win in the end. Right. And that's how that works as far as being laser focused.
yes, absolutely, Michael. I was thinking, when you take a trip to somewhere, you wanted to go somewhere and you don't know where it is, and it's a new place you never visited. You do your research. You did a little bit of searching about that area. You kind of focus on the area that you wanted to come, right? But the road to get there is a little bit longer versus exactly where you're going. You know that place. You've been there before, and you know that road is actually shorter, right? So I'm thinking, you know what? If we know where we're going, if we're focusing on the end result, the result that we want to achieve, the road to get there, I believe, is shorter mentally. I believe that it is much easier. Or if we were to take a trip and we want to make stop here, stop there, and stop there, we're never going to get there. Or it's just going to take forever to get there. And so I believe that in order for us to be staying laser focused on certain things, we have to eliminate distractions. In our daily tasks, distraction could be the phone, the notifications on our phone. We hear bing, we'll immediately go and check it out, versus the fact that we have a phone, we can have a phone, but we mentally, or we can just lower the volume, mute out, or put do not disturb, to actually stay focused on certain things. Now, when we're talking about staying focused too, Michael, we got to eliminate all these um, negativity distraction as well. Stay focused on the goal, stay focused on the positive, right? If we love the journey that we've been through in the past 6 years, what do? We stay zoom on that in terms of how we get there, the vision, the mission that we get there. Yes, we are doing things to survive for us to get there, to get to the destination. However, we got to eliminate all these negativities that talked about the journey that we've in. And I think having your heart and your mind line up to the the end result, or the goal, or the things that you want to achieve, help us to stay focused on the journey that we are going through, whether or not it is struggle, whether or not it is difficult. But if we have, so to me, Michael, knowing the fact that mission, that vision that was stated in front of me, that was put right in front of me in the past 6 years, I stay focused on that mission. I want to achieve that. And how do I achieve that? Is to eliminate all the negativity and stay focused, stay survival until I get there. And it is very important for us. I mean, now that we're bringing this topic, bring up a lot of thoughts, a lot of idea for me to actually use it moving forward after today. I know that it's there, that mission we will meet, that vision, we will achieve that. How do I do to get there? How do I do? So first of all, I have to stay survival. Do whatever it takes. I share that with everybody's. Do whatever it takes to get there legally, and not stepping on people, and eliminate all that negativities, that noises that distract you, that remove you from your goal. And so, yeah, eliminate distractions is something that I find very important, and very, very important in staying laser focused, Michael.
For sure. People have to, keep in mind that not because you're laser focused doesn't mean that you can't fail. You know what I mean? Like you can incur failure along the way, right? But not because you incur failure along the way doesn't mean that ultimately you don't accomplish your goal, right? And so, again, I keep the big picture in mind at all times. At all times, it's always about the big picture. Okay, what is it that I'm trying to accomplish? And for me, it's always about total freedom for myself and my family. That's first and foremost, right? It's always about that, right? And so, therefore, if you set out on a journey, right? Why did you set out on that journey? Because you have a destination in mind, right? I don't just jump in the car and just say, well, let's just see where I end up today. No, I usually have somewhere that I'm going, and that's why I get in the vehicle. Okay. And when I get in the vehicle, sometimes there's multiple routes to get there, Julie, right?
Mhm.
But as long as I get to my destination, for example, if I'm going to Kentucky, I know I can take the I-75, and go down. I don't like the I-75 though. Okay. So there's certain routes that I don't like to take. Okay. So sometimes I may take the longer route. You know what I mean? Because for me, it's a better road. Like if I have to go, over that bridge, oh, but there's a tunnel. I can just go to so I'd rather go through the tunnel than go over that bridge. You understand? So it may take me a little bit longer because I'm going around as opposed to just going straight and using the bridge, right? But as long as I get to where I'm going, I still ended up in Kentucky. We still made it there safe and sound, right? But it took us, I think it was like an extra 2 hours, I believe, just because of the route that we took. Because for me, I felt more comfortable going that way, right? And so ultimately, it still comes back to that destination. So I'm still focused on getting to Kentucky, still focused, right? That's my destination. That's where we need to be. Okay. But, right, I could have gone this way down I-75. I could have gone, with going through 94, etc. Okay. And then coming down through Indianapolis and so on and so forth. The point is, we got there. You know what I mean? And as a matter of fact, we got there before some other folks got there, right? So the bottom line is that we set out on a journey and we made it. We got to our destination safe and sound, Julie, right? And that's what it is in life, right? In life, you have goals for yourself, whether it be, I want to go to university, or I want to get a PhD, or whatever the case may be, right? People have goals for themselves. I want to get this job, and then I want to, try to work my way up the ladder, et cetera, to get to senior management, whatever the case is. I want to start a business. You know what I mean? I want to be able to expand, branch out, have multiple businesses and stuff like that, right? All these things we have as goals in mind. Why? Right? Because we have something. There's a desired destination that we have in mind. There's somewhere that we're trying to get. There's a level of comfort that we want in our life, whether it's financial or otherwise, right? There's always that destination. And as long as we keep focus on that destination, keep true to yourself as to what is it that you're trying to accomplish in your life, right? To me, that's the laser focus idea. Not necessarily focus on a single entity or a single item, right? But having that big picture goal in mind, Julie. And that's why I continue to focus on every single day. Every single day. That's what my focal point is, right? Getting a step closer to reach my ultimate goal, right? And there's little goals along the way that you do accomplish. That's what I mean. Sometimes it's little steps, little steps, little steps, right? So all of a sudden now, oh, look, I can crawl. Hey, good job. Okay, oh, look now, look, I can walk. Hey, good job. It's another milestone, right? And
Yes.
eventually, that child now doesn't even think about walking or running. It's just natural. Okay. Because you've accomplished that desired goal, right? And so it's the same thing here. You know what I mean? If people keep their big picture goal in mind, and then you accomplish little steps along the way that gets you there, okay, that's also being laser focused. Because at the end of the day, that's the bottom line. The bottom line is to be able to secure whatever your goal or vision is for yourself and your family, right? That should be most important to you, because it's your goal. It's not my goal for you. It's your goal for yourself and your family.
Absolutely, Michael. I love the fact that you bring up is looking at the bigger picture, the big picture that you're focusing on. What is your big picture? I mean, you could see some of the high performing athlete or individuals out there, they have that big picture that they're focusing on. Olympians, for
Mhm.
example, they want to win that gold medal. They're focusing on that big picture. And no matter what they take, every little effort, every practice, everything's that focusing on that big picture. So we could start from today if we haven't focused on certain tasks, certain things. We got to stay focusing on that big picture. What do we want to achieve? So yeah,
Yeah, excellent, excellent,
yeah,
Julie.
I love this topic. I thought it was difficult, but we brought up some good points.
Sure. I mean, what popped in my head just now, like just even thinking of what just happened recently, which is the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
right? So every NFL team, their ultimate goal is to win a Super Bowl,
Hmm.
right? But
Hmm.
if you don't have a good season, you're not going to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
If you get into the playoffs and you lose just one game, you're done, you're out. You know what I mean? So it's still steps. Okay. So the first goal is, okay, guys, let's try and win our conference, right? You know what I mean? And so you finish, high in the regular season, you get a good spot in the playoffs, right? Hopefully give you a better road, to get to the championship, right? And so it's a journey. It's still a journey. Okay. And things happen along the way. Whoever's the favorite at the beginning may not be the favorite in the end, right? And whoever may be the favorite in the Super Bowl may not actually win it, and stuff like that, right? So it said every aspect of life, right? Anything that you pull up, right? It's the same thing, same principles, right?
Yeah,
And so, yeah, you always want to be laser focused in whatever it is that you're doing, because there's a greater chance, there's a greater probability that you'll be able to accomplish, right, your desired goals.
absolutely. I want to compete in pickleball. So
Go
that's
for it.
so that's my health picture right there.
Mhm.
Anyway, it's good chatting with you. It's good having this conversation with you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Michael. Have a blessed day. We will see you next week on a different topic. Take care,
Take care,
everyone.
everyone. Bye
Stay
now.
well. Bye.